What's up guys, I'm Mostly Normal and this is Unsettling TikTok videos that you shouldn't watch at 3 a.m. And with all that being said, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe button so you can join this awesome family. And now, let's get into the video.
I saw this documentary called The Program. They interviewed just a ton of people within the U.S. government about the UFO disclosure and stuff. He mentioned this one memo. It's called the Admiral Wilson memo. It's insane. It's basically between this guy's Dr. Eric Davis and Admiral Thomas R. Wilson, who was the director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, so the DIA. So he's asking about this retrieval program, and Admiral Wilson basically was like, I found the company, our contractor who's doing this stuff, called them. He got a call 2 days later, and they said they don't want to talk on phone and arrange a face-to-face meeting at their facility. And so he went. 3 people show up to meet this admiral. It was a program director, corporate attorney, and they say retired CIA expert, and they called themselves the Watch Committee or Gatekeepers. So he was meeting with them, and they were basically like, we pulled this meeting together to tell you you have zero access. You will never get access to this stuff. And he's like, because we, the contractor, don't have to tell you anything because of these government loopholes. So he went back and met with his personnel. I need access to this stuff. And they said, stop pursuing it. And if you don't stop pursuing it, you will get 0 promotions and we'll take away your stars. Dr. Davis is like, okay, so what did they say it was? The project manager of this company said they were a reverse engineering program. Something recovered years ago in the past. Technological hardware was recovered. They had an intact craft believed that could fly space, air, water, dimensions. They didn't know where it was from. It was technology that was not of this earth, not made by man, not by human hands. What it's showing is that this whole UFO disclosure thing, it will never happen. The US people will never know because these government contractors, these private entities, legally do not have to say anything, and nor will they. This guy, who's an admiral, went to meet with these people. They said, we just brought you here to tell you you have 0 access to any of this stuff. We'll tell you that it's a craft and we're reverse engineering it and it's not made by humans. That's all we're going to tell you. Now get out of here.
No more questions.
Of course they're never going to disclose the information with us, but we already know. And I think this is the same memo that Bob Lazar was talking about when he said he was reverse engineering crafts. Dang, so he was telling the truth the whole time.
Pregnancy robots could give birth to human children in a revolutionary breakthrough. Oh my goodness. I know I say this a lot, but this is actually one of the craziest things I have ever heard in my life. And there is a lot of crazy things happening in the world right now. So Kaiwa Technology has been working on a robot that will fully be able to give birth to a baby. It will be receiving nutrients through a complex array of tubes and hoses in its abdomen. And this is what they said. The artificial womb technology is already in a mature stage, and now it needs to be implemented in the robot's abdomen so that a real person and the robot can interact to achieve pregnancy, allowing the fetus to grow inside. What? Cost of this would be about $14,000, and a human surrogate usually costs around $100,000 to $200,000. In my opinion, this is not the right time to be thinking about saving money. On the other hand of things, surrogacy is illegal in China, and this company is based in China, but they're hoping to work around this. And if this does happen, they'll launch this in 2026, but they do have a lot of challenges to face ahead of them. So we'll see if this actually happens.
Hell no. I would like my child to come from a woman, thank you very much. But I do see how this is beneficial for some people that might have a hard time holding a baby inside them. So for that reason, I'm all for it. Let's just hope it doesn't come out as the Terminator.
Y'all might want to be real careful if you want privacy in your own home. A lot of folks are installing cameras on the front and back door, smart fridges that know what they eat, thermostats that track when they leave, beds that watch their sleep, smart rings, smart watches that are counting every step, every heartbeat, every pulse, Alexa and Siri listening, always listening. You think it's convenience and comfort, and it makes life easier, but every ping, every signal, it builds a map of your days, your nights, when you walk, when you wake, even how cool you keep your home. And all those tiny devices that you trust, they're keeping a shadow of you. And the worst part, you pay the bill. You think you're the master, but the network, it's watching. And the sensors talk, and AI listens. And somewhere out there, every step you take, every heartbeat, and every move, it's all being recorded. And here's the thing. It's not even an invasion of privacy. Not really. You signed the contract. You agreed every beep, every ping, every signal, you gave permission. And now they have a shadow of you, legal and untouchable.
Let's be honest, no one's gonna sit there and read a 500-page terms of service. We're all just gonna hit accept on everything. And then we wonder why when we talk about Applejack cereal and Applejack's ad pops up on our phone. Man, we're just making AI more smarter every single time we let it into our lives.
Y'all, I just got off work. You hear me? Just got off work. Working all night. I just got off and put my kid... Bro. I just got off work. Got my kids ready for school, took them to school, and I said, you know what, me and my son, we're going to go to McDonald's, and I'm going to get me and my baby something to eat, and then I'm going to go get me a cheesecake from Food Line. I go to McDonald's. Why did I get me a steak, egg, and cheese biscuit? And this is in my fucking biscuit, in my steak biscuit? What is this? What is this? And it's hard. This is hard. Do you see that? Do y'all see that? It's hard.
Is that a tooth? What is that? All I'm saying is it is a fast food place, so accidents do happen. But that is a crazy accident.
What the fuck is that? Ain't shit up there. Ain't shit up there. So what the fuck? Where you going? Fuck is that? Alright. Hey, I'm black. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here.
I have a feeling that was probably just like a moth or a spider on the light, but I'm not sticking around to find out.
There was some leaked classified documents that came out that talk about how there was cities built down in the ocean in a biodome. Tell me more. These documents that were exposing the fact that there's cities built in the ocean in these biodomes. There's many of them. And they were just embryos that were taken down there, and they were grown up to full adults, only knowing that that's where they live, and that anything outside of that is a black abyss and nothing else. Oh, goody. In these secret classified documents, it states that there are non-human entities that are in charge of this and that built these cities down in the ocean. Oh, fun! What would happen if these people were taken from down there and brought up to the surface to learn that there's a whole world up here? Okay. Maybe one day we'll decide to explore the ocean again and let them up here. Oh, goody.
Now, what happens if the embryos he's talking about are actually us? And I guarantee you this is why we stopped exploring the ocean, because they found cities and they don't want to tell us. Somebody in the comments said, but are they paying taxes? Fair point.
We're not going to talk about this perfect pyramid right here that they seen in the sky in Mississippi. Pyramid, it looks like it's like shimmering or like reflecting some type of light. I mean, maybe it's the sun, but it looks like it could be charged. Then on the video, like right here underneath, it just looked like it was like flickering or flashing every now and then, like there was some type of energy up underneath it. And they started seeing this around July 6th. It was different reports of this from people that lived in Mississippi. I'm not sure exactly which city in Mississippi, but if there is anyone in Mississippi or anyone down that way that may have seen this or can enlighten me on what this actually looked like, and if you got some videos of it yourself or some different pictures or a different angle, please feel free to DM me. But that's why we got to keep our head up to the skies, because, hey, that's where all the signs is. That's where all the action is. Hey, they have people always looking down at the ground. Y'all got to start looking up. You never know what you're going to see. But y'all have a good day.
That is wild. How does a cloud formation form that? Somebody in the comments said, please don't forget that they can project realistic imagery in the skies with holograms. Yeah, I don't doubt that's what's happening here.
Grab the phone.
I 1000% believe this, because this has happened to me. It was 5:02 p.m. I went to go make food. I came back. It was only 5:04. That is impossible. That easily took me more than 5 minutes to make. Well, then I guess at that point, time would be moving slower. You still get my point, though.
Hey you, yes you, grab a fresh Del Monte banana before
You know what this sounds like? Mike Wazowski. I would get jump scared so bad if I'm just picking out food and this thing comes up behind me talking like that. But I do like the fact that it's a robot named Pineapple trying to serve you bananas.
That is... I'm going to show this to everybody.
This is what happens when you overthink it. Okay, this is truly disgusting.
That is awesome.
No, that's not awesome. That's disgusting. What explains where my damn fish went?
That is just amazing. And I'm not sticking my hand.
Yeah, I'll be honest, that almost made me sick watching that. Somebody in the comments said, in case anybody is wondering, they're actually just worms. My friend, that is more than just worms. Sorry if this grossed you out, but I had to show you.
It's called the Internet of Things. It's a database where every device that's linked to the internet or Wi-Fi can communicate within each other. Refrigerators, washing machines, microwave, anything that has a signal that goes out to Wi-Fi is connected. The Internet of Things enables smart objects to communicate with each other and perform tasks autonomously. Applications ranging from smart homes to wearables to smart cities. So when you have a thought, open your phone and start scrolling, and all of a sudden, there's what you were thinking about. It's not just your phone, it's all the devices together to essentially read your mind. Now let me ask you this. Every memory that you've ever had growing up, are you sure it's yours?
People who have been through traumatic experiences like natural disasters, fires, or wars tend to suffer from long-term psychological issues. Now, researchers think they found a way to potentially delete bad memories and enhance good ones.
Reconstructing your memories is a very real thing. It's being developed under the grounds of PTSD victims to help them forget about traumatic experiences. Synthetic human memories. And even though right now they say they can only do it in rats and small mammals, we all know how that goes. Now, we already talked about microscopic nanotechnology, ways to get AI and robots inside the human body with things like smart dust. Even FDA-approved digital tracking devices in prescription medicine.
Researchers at MIT, Harvard Medical School, and Brigham and Women's Hospital have recently invented a technology to wirelessly power up tiny devices like this one, deep inside the human body.
Even AI-driven robots that they can inject inside of you.
Robots into a human's bloodstream sounds terrifying. But what if I told you science has developed so far that they are actually doing it on purpose? Nanobots in medicine represent a new technology that could save millions of lives. They are the size of antibodies, smaller even than our blood cells.
But the hard truth is, if you're watching this, you are already a part of a database without any of those things. You, me, pretty much everyone in this world is already a part of a thing called the Internet of Bodies.
This collection of all these devices, as well as all the data that the devices are gathering about you.
Your Apple Watches, your Fitbits, even the little rings that they use to scroll through TikTok, they're all a part of this. It's the reason why all these big tech companies want your data. They say it's to help navigate the internet and to heighten our online experiences. But I want you to pay attention to what this woman says at the end of this clip.
The Internet of Bodies, or IOB, is actually an ecosystem. It's a bunch of devices that are connected to the internet that contain software and that either collect personal health data about you or can alter the body's function.
Alter the body's function. Now, don't get me wrong, this could all have huge benefits for humankind, like controlling your iPhone with your brain, but don't forget this can go both ways. Y'all stay safe.
I have definitely had that happen before where I thought about something and it pops up on my phone. And I don't need to control my iPhone with my thoughts. I feel like it's like less effort if you just use your hands, you know what I mean? I heard they're also going to do this with computers, so you don't even need a mouse or a keyboard anymore. And I much rather use a mouse and a keyboard.
Well, here's a little something that should make you think. Bill Gates declares the end of the smartphone era and unveils its surprising replacement. Let's see what the replacement is going to be of our smartphones. Bill Gates announces the conclusion of the smartphone age and unveils electronic tattoos as the next big innovation. Interesting, electronic tattoos. Here's a quote directly from Gates. The key advantage, these tattoos are integrated into the body. Imagine having a device embedded in your skin that lets you interact with the world through simple gestures or touch. It's sleek, unobtrusive, and possibly more intuitive than anything we've seen so far. The tattoos are powered by tiny nanocapacitors, and they don't require bulky batteries or displays, making them a far more subtle alternative to today's mobile devices. And let's see exactly what they'll be used for. A communication conduit facilitating messaging, internet browsing, and door unlocking. A health monitor observing metrics such as heart rate, body temperature, sleep patterns, and early illness detection. Also, a security apparatus functioning as a password, digital identification, or payment method.
They want to make it possible so we can control our iPhone and computer through our thoughts. And now they want to get electronic tattoos to collect data about us. They're turning us into robots. That is actually crazy when you think about it. They're sucking us dry from as much data as they can get from us to power this ChatGPT, AI, super god, whatever it is. But I guess the cool thing is that we're all doing this together.
There's one thing that always fascinates all of us, and that is our oceans and what exactly is in them, because we don't know everything that is in our oceans. And with all these underwater earthquakes, volcanoes, these tsunamis, has it stirred things up from the deep? Take a look at this footage that was captured by a man named Gadiel out of Long Island, New York, around August 22nd, 2025. He was at the beach when he captured something that looks like a sea serpent. Whatever it is, it's really long. And no, I don't believe this is driftwood. This is something else. Take a look at this footage, comment below, tell me what you think.
It honestly does look like a piece of driftwood. But at the same time, why is it not being pushed away by the current? Because it also looks like it's fighting against the current, like bobbing its head in and out of the water. But also, that could be because of the current and the waves pushing it up and down. So I don't know.
Bro, this student's life was almost ruined simply because he brought an umbrella to college. You see, over the weekend, panic broke out at the University of South Carolina after an active shooter alert was sent out telling everyone to evacuate, barricade, and defend themselves. Turns out, though, there was never a real shooter. It was just 2 prank calls. But in all of the chaos and people freaking out, multiple people took a video of this guy who was just minding his own business, walking along with an umbrella, and people thought that what he was holding was was a gun, and that he was the shooter that they were being alerted about. To make matters worse, they posted this on social media and it went viral, to the point where it was even reshared by Congresswoman Nancy Mace, who described his appearance to her 500,000 followers. Now, these images were never confirmed or shared by officials, yet for a few hours, this poor brother became a school shooter online. I mean, can you just imagine if someone decided to take matters into their own hands after seeing this? That will become the deadliest umbrella in history. Honestly, bro deserves an official apology.
Now, let's be fair, it kind of does look like a Car 98K. And why was no one calling the authorities? They were just taking pictures and posting it on social media.
Shit. It's 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't think it's the same truck, but shit. Ice cream truck, 2 in the morning is not normal. You walk out, it's a regular dude, we chilling. This is so stupid, bro. What the fuck am I doing, bro? What the fuck am I doing here? Wait. What the fuck? What the fuck? Wait. Just come from the hell. What up? Let me get their license. Right, they don't have a fucking license plate? Nah. Should I follow them? I think y'all got me doing shit. What the fuck? My shit's all at 5%. I really hope they can see me.
This man's out here saying that he's got 5% tint. Hopefully don't see me. Yeah, maybe your loud exhaust won't give you away. And I'll be honest, after I saw the two dudes coming out in hazmat suits behind the ice cream truck, I'm not staying there anymore. Especially when it's about to hit 3 a.m. You are out of your mind. And then you follow the guy without a license plate and he doesn't even turn his lights on. That was definitely a good clip you got, but hopefully you went home after that.
Somewhere along the lines, it's not good. Okay. Picture this. I'm memory repressed about everything. Couldn't remember anything. I'm still getting side effects from this. I was memory repressed about the cloning stuff until I was 30 years old. They call it the awakening when they give you back the memories. Turns out they had me there since I was 5 years old. Okay, and my family's there, my family members and everything. And they said they're not going to lie on a lie detector test about it. It's pretty big. Like they were going to kill me. They said. Thing is, the way that this cloning works, okay, there's two different kinds of cloning, and it confuses people. Now, there's replication cloning where it comes up as a baby, right? Put the cells in, make the same person as a baby. Well, there's duplication cloning as well, where they grow you in a big, thick tank filled full of water. And well, there's a few different grades of cloning. There's Mark 1 to 4 that I know of. And the problem I'm having is with the Mark 2. The thing is, Mark 1 was around at the end of the World War II, but it was a primitive clone, lots of side effects.
The only thing I could pick up from this is that he was born there in the facility, and they were running tests on him and cloning him, maybe? And he finally got the memory back to expose the truth of it. Supposedly, I don't know. Alright guys, that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And if you enjoyed today's video, please do like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.